Hello and welcome to Lumley Castle. Once a manor house but then converted into a hotel. Hundreds of guests a year are tempted here by its Elizabethan banquets and its historical significance. But all these guests are temporary. There's only one permanent resident here. I'm Zach Ord. This is Quiet Haunted. Lady Lily Lumley was the wife of Sir Ralph Lumley, a follower of Wycliffe, the church reformer from the 14th century. This was frowned upon at the time. That's when two priests showed up to take her back to the Catholic faith.
And one of the boys who was waiting on at the top of the restaurant came down and nearly dropped his tray, and he says to me he could see a monk in front of me with his hood up and his hands praying, but I couldn't see him in front of me.
However, Lily refused to conform to this regime, and in order to save her soul, the priest lured her to a bedroom in which she was brutally murdered. The priest then carried her lifeless body down to this well in the courtyard, where they dumped her body down. She is said now to rise up from the well and haunt this castle today.
The candle fell on the floor, but it wasn't as if it just got knocked out. It was as if someone had pulled it out and threw it on the floor.
In order to cover up this dastardly deed, the two priests took a terminally ill girl from Lumley village down to a town called Fighill and hid her in a monastery, saying that she was Lady Lumley herself. When the husband of Lady Lumley, Sir Ralph Lumley, found out about this, he was terribly upset.
Outside room 51, it's really cold, and there's no explanation why it's there, but you have a feeling that something's going on, but you don't quite know what's going on.
There are still many sightings of Lily's ghost seen today, one of which being in this very corridor, as she is said to walk up towards the end to the library bar.
And I saw a lady standing, like a Victorian costume, like just half of her down one side. Her right side was a white blouse with all the frills on and a long black skirt.
One of the most famous stories here at Lumley Castle is one of the Australian cricketers which were playing a match here at Durham City. One of the cricketers, named Shane Watson, had to sleep on the floor of Brett Lee's room because he was so spooked. In addition, their media manager woke up in the middle of the night and saw a ghostly face in the window. It seems that everyone who has visited Lumley Castle is left with a slightly greater belief in the supernatural.
And then all of a sudden there's a blocked off staircase where behind the chair I was sitting on with a big curtain covering it, and the curtain started going like this, like as if someone was behind tapping it.
I know from my experience here that there is something else with us.
About the third step up, the only way I can describe it would be as if when it's really like gale force winds and you're walking and the wind's pushing you back. Something horrible's just happened.
And I've never seen her since then.
She was really scared.
Did you ever get scared?
No.
Deathly white.
I think it's the living turkey, not the dead.
What stood next to him was like a little boy, and it wasn't there at the time.
Behind that door, and she says, "Oh, I think that's Lily of Lumley."
So that was the story of Lady Lily Lumley in life and death.